Guys, look, next time you are in the market and you see one of these bad boys right here, stop and pick one up. So look, my name is Tommy and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you get notified every time the channel does a future upload. So look, on today's show, I am talking 7-pound eye of round. We'll open it up, we'll clean it up, we'll straighten it out. I'll take a little bit of this thin part off, and then we will get it on the GRILLS 1100 2B. I am gonna run that pit at 250 Fahrenheit. We will bring this up slow. In the meantime, I got a potato recipe that is so simple to do, great for the kids, and it'll knock your socks off. So look, man, that is it. Let's get right into it. Let's break this down. Let's get it on the pit, and then I'll bring you guys back. This is gonna be a summertime meal that you are definitely gonna wanna make. So look, first thing we wanna do is start with our rub. And now look, this is gonna be a salty rub with some notes of the sweet. So this is definitely going to go good with this eye of round. And remember, full printable recipe under show notes in the description. At that point, here is our eye of round. We will get our Dell Strong knife. We got about a 7-pounder there. Now look, you may not get one this big, and that is okay. If you do make too much rub, that'll stay in the pantry, no doubt about it. And look, basically what I like to do here, of course, is give it a pat down. And all that fat, as you see there, we got some silver skin fat that has to come off. And look, don't fret it, man. Just kind of work it like a fish. If you've ever skinned a fish with that thick silver skin underneath that fat, just kind of pull it up, angling your knife, it'll come. And look, if you get a little bit of meat off on that fat, it is no big deal. Now look, this is a lean roast beef, so you definitely want to get about 95% of that fat off. You really don't want any silver skin on. And again, if you skin a little bit of that meat off, again, no big deal. So look, that looks pretty good to me. We want to get that little thinness off. That'll overcook for what I'm shooting for. I'll get that on the side, and that'll make a nice snack for the Molly, my pup, right there. So we are going to go with an olive oil binder, and then basically you just want to get all that rub on, and depending on how big of the roast is, just cover all sides of the beef. Again, if you have some left over, just seal it up, put it in the pantry, and you are ready for the next time. All right, guys, look, once you get that rub on there, you can get it right on the pit. If the pit is not ready yet, you could let this sit at room temperature for about a half hour or so. I'm all ready on the pit to go. So I will get this on the pit right now. Then I'll bring you guys right back and we will start on our potatoes. Oh, this is gonna be good. So a couple things here. We are looking to maintain an internal temperature in the pit of 250 Fahrenheit. We also have a gauge in the meat, and we also have a pan underneath with some better than bouillon, and also about a cup of water. That'll be the basis for our jus. To that, we will add about an onion and a half, thick sliced. And we will just catch all that goodness from the beef, man. And I am telling you, man, that is some tasty stuff. All right, guys, man, let's turn our attention over here to the potatoes. And look, man, this is a tasty recipe. There is no doubt about it. Again, it is fun for the kids. But I did a test run in the house last night, and I'll have to tell you, man, I loved it. I just loved what it did to the potatoes, so I'm going to run with it today. And basically you're going to need some new potatoes or some red potatoes, a muffin pan, and Gina, look away, you're going to need some squeezed garlic. Oh yeah. So basically here what you want to do is you want to quarter out those potatoes and you want to go about mouth-sized pieces. You're going to load up your little muffin pan there, and if you didn't want to use a muffin pan, you could certainly use something a little bit bigger. I just wanted to theme this out for the kids. From there you want to go kosher salt and some 16 mesh black pepper. At that point, you are going to get a dab of butter and put them in each little muffin spot. And look, man, get that squeezed garlic or that minced garlic and get a good spoonful in each one. We are talking about a full tablespoon. Now look up on the boards, onions, chives, cheese, bacon, man. You could put anything in there you'd like. Oh yeah. Oh, and just cook it away. You can't make it up. All right, guys, look, man, I know some of you out there probably cringed on that, on this minced garlic, but I'm telling you with this recipe, it works. If you don't want to use that stuff, you could use real garlic, man, but this stuff puts a flavor on it that just really takes it next level, man, more level than the regular garlic could take it to, in my opinion. So look, man, we are just going to let this puppy run, man. She's probably going to run about 2 hours or so. I'm going to take it up to about 110 Fahrenheit. At that point, I may turn the pit up and just try to get a little bit of a browning on it. It'll just depend on how that crust looks on this beef, whether I'm going to do that. If we've already got a nice crust and I'm not going to do that, then I'll just take it up to about that 120, 125, because I am looking for no more than medium rare. Oh yeah. So guys, as noted, I am looking to get a nice color on that beef. I want to develop some kind of crust. That is a nice flavor, and this is looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh. And those are looking pretty good too. All right, guys, look, man, we are about an hour and 20 minutes in. Internal on the meat is 108 Fahrenheit. And look, we just took a little peek. I want to get a little bit more color on that meat. So I have turned the pit up to 500 Fahrenheit. And we will take this right to about 120, 122. That should give me a pretty decent color on the outside. We will get it off. We will get it on the board. It'll rest for about 10 minutes. Let those juices settle. Then I'll bring you guys back. We will slice it open. Quick taste test. I'll show you those potatoes. And we'll wrap up the show. All right, guys, look, so here is the rundown. We are about 2.5 hours in. This Z Grill is purring along right on the money, man. If you are interested in picking up one of these pits, I have information down below and I highly recommend it. I have an internal gauge inside the pit, man, and she hung right at that 250, man. She did not waver, and she definitely threw down the smoke, man. So I'm telling you, man, I am impressed with this Z Grill's 1100 2B for sure. Now look, let's go in, let's get it off, let's get it on the board, let it rest, and then we'll take a peek. Come on. So there you see it, about 2.5 hours. And again, your times are gonna vary depending on the size, man, but look at that color, man. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Now this is an unseasoned piece of beef, and look at that color. And of course, our jus, we will get that off and we will pull our potatoes. We will get everything to the board for a little bit of a rest. All right, man, I'll bring you guys back in about 10-15 minutes. I mean, come on, that is simply gorgeous, man. I was so excited, as you could see there. I forgot to put my glove on my hand. Wow. That is perfect, low to medium rare for sure. You know, like I say, man, sometimes there are no words, man, other than go out and get yourself an eye of round and make yourself up some homemade roast beef. Guys, we will take this in for some closing thoughts and a little bit of a taste test. All right, guys, look, man, when you nail it, you nailed it, and I friggin' nailed that, man. We are perfectly cooked at that, lower medium rare to rare. She definitely had a carry over the potatoes that I keep talking about. I am telling you, man, these things are killer. They just pick up just a different type of flavor with that garlic, and there's a lot of it. Throw in the salt, the pepper, and the butter, and then she gets a nice, like a caramelization in those little cups. I mean, definitely give this a try. Again, it is fun to do with the kids, no doubt about it. And look, what could I say, man? This is juicy as juicy can be. Look, she's not going to be crazy pull apart, but she is definitely so tender. I got a little au jus sauce sitting over here. I will grab some onions, grab some au jus, and give it a pile on and a taste test. Remember, this recipe here will be down in the description in printable form, so you can go ahead and print it off, get what you need, and you're definitely going to want to make this, man. This is an awesome weekday dinner, or also a weekend dinner. If you can grab one of these big eye rounds for a party, man, these things will feed 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on how much you eat. All right, so a little dip in. That rub is giving it a nice savory, kind of like a salty yet sweet type flavor on the top. That au jus sauce is spot on with that better than bouillon beef base, and also those onions in there. Follow that up with these potatoes again, I must say. And this is a meal right here. This is a meal and a half. This is sandwiches the next day. This is summer of 22, man. This is something you definitely want to make. So look, man, that is it for this one. I appreciate you all. Again, printable recipe down in description. And until next time, we will see you soon.